I actually worked hard on this opening, you know? It was my first time using Vegas to make a collab in UPSP. Oh hey, it's 1K views now. Alright, that's good. Probably finally in that 1K tier thing. Jeez, the volume is pretty loud. Okay, so what's happening right now? Oh, you're gonna see my YouTube history. Never mind. So what's going on right now is I've seen a lot of rants, I suppose, in UPSB. I'm just gonna say it, especially from Monk, I think. He was saying he had a video called "Why UPSB is Bad," and I just came back from America and Hong Kong, so I did not know any of this, or I didn't know any of this until I saw or logged in back to UPSB. Now, where is it? So, I just installed this sound flower thing, and it seems that it can connect the sound of that's in my computer with screen recording. So everything is totally free, which is good for me. And whoever is listening to this might be like, who the hell is this guy? Well, you're probably looking at the name of the channel, and you probably figured it out by now, so I don't think there is a need to introduce myself. God damn it, where is it? Just put Monk there. I'm thinking of doing this probably regularly because it's, well, first of all, it's free, and I don't need to type walls of text, which barely gets any attention, and really, well, I never really wrote walls of text in the first place. I'm just really lazy. Aside from that, yeah, that's pretty much it. And so far, we've been speaking for 3 minutes. Not sure how much. Okay, there's so much lagging here. Yeah, okay. Well, given that it's a Mac from like 2005 or 6, it's no wonder that this computer is really laggy. I'm pretty sure the recording is pretty bad too. The quality, I meant. And I'm gonna hope that the sound quality isn't going to be that bad. Most likely it's gonna be. And if that happens, I'll probably just not do this recording ever again. Or wait until I get a better working Microsoft computer and install some shit in there and record from there. And of course edit stuff from there too. Wait a second, I found it already. I was talking to myself while I was just finding it. Alright. Why UPSB is bad. It's not a catchy title, but it does get some attention. Props to Monk for his analysis. Alright. So this is going to be the first time for me to listen to this. And yeah, alright, let's listen to it.
Hello UPSB, this is Monk, most recently known as XXX, and today I'm going to be
XXX.
talking about the reason why UPSB is so behind in terms
Wait,
of
what did he say?
XX.
What?
And
What did he say?
most recently known as XXX. And
Okay,
today
that's
I'm
probably a
going to be
meme, Jeb.
talking about the
Holy
reason
shit,
why
look at the
UPSP is
dislikes.
so behind in terms of
He's
pen
got a good
spinning.
voice.
And just a huge disclaimer, this is
Okay,
based on
let's look at the lot of
speculation, so
comments
don't take it as
after
gospel.
this. Gospel? Okay.
Alright, so the main reason why is because of cultural difference. And you're gonna say, well, Monk, UPSP is international. No, it's not, because 90% of the spinners that actually represent UPSP are from the US and Canada. Roughly 90%, a huge majority. And the main reason why I say it's cultural difference is because culture is what defines the way it dictates the way we think and how we act. And you can see that when spinners try to be flashy, while at the same time disregarding fundamental refinement. And that's important because it leads to lack of foundation. As a result, your spinning becomes way shittier compared to other spinners. And it's kind of like watching a French CV from low to mid and sometimes high tier. Alright, so another indicator that it's cultural difference is that we focus on immediate fun rather than reward based from practicing. So a general majority of the spinners find more enjoyment from spinning in their comfort zone rather than actively improving. A large majority. Okay. I know some people who actually like practicing. And although it's contradictory to what I said earlier, we progress much slower compared to other boards. And I can say this with absolute certainty because
she edited this audio today.
Are watching while spinning, right?
I can hear those skips.
But not many of you are.
She dropped
practicing.
the KC there.
And what I mean by that is you're not actively making corrections, you're not digesting information, and you're not even looking at the pen. You're probably on some other site.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, an interesting reason that Barron pointed out was that we have such a high turnover rate because, and this corresponds to the previous points, is because one...
Okay, first of all, what's a turnover rate? Sorry, my English has become worse after I came here in Japan. Turnover rate is the percentage of employee workforce that leave their... Oh, okay. Okay, so basically, all those spinners who like leave in 1 or 2 years, I suppose. Alright. Oh man, I'm ignorant. Alright, let's continue.
Once spinners reach the level that they wanted to, where they could do the flashy tricks, they quit. And that's important because we don't get any spinners that improve, or like we don't get any forward progress in our board, but rather we get a higher concentration of newer spinners. Another important reason under cultural difference as to why UPSP is so shitty is because spinners engage in a lot less critical thinking compared to other boards.
Okay.
We don't figure things out for ourselves, and instead we ask better spinners. And that's a huge issue because the more we ask people, the more handicapped we become. If you want to improve, you need to understand conceptually how things work, and that means that you have to analyze things yourself. You need to watch videos in slow motion, and then you need to try them yourself, and then you need to test out new concepts or ways to adapt the same concept or method, but in different forms or in different finger slots, etc. Smaller reasons as to why that are different, that are like farther apart from cultural difference, is the geography. And I say this because most spinners meet up, like Jeb spinners and KPDS spinners meet up like daily basically.
Yeah.
They meet up so regularly, and it helps them feel more engaged in the community as a whole. And it really motivates someone to spin when you're doing it with other people. And lastly, another small reason I'd like to address that is different from the other two is the infrastructure. And I say this because Jeff spinners, they message each other, they discuss things on almost every SNS, and they Skype regularly, which I think is pretty cool, to be honest.
Well,
Alright, guys, sorry this was so brief, but I hope I gave you guys a general understanding as to why
alright.
we're so.
I think it's just thanks to that. Um, yeah. Uh, we do, or or rather, my friends in Japan, we do Skype quite often, but really, it's not really pen spinning to be honest. It's just like just Japanese memes or anything like that, or if there is any memes or not. Uh, but we do engage in some sort of pen spinning conversations, and sometimes it gets sort of really deep. You know, analyzing tricks, the refinement of certain spinners or anything like that. So, okay, I guess we should go to the comment. Well, first of all, I need to take a memo on this. Alright, so he's clearly saying that cultural difference is certainly a reason, one of the reasons why UPSP is behind. UPSP behind due to cultural difference, and he's saying indicators. So what I briefly remember is basically he says something about critical thinking. Um, Critical thinking tied to beginners asking others immediately, which I think is very noticeable once you dive into the UPSP community. You see a lot of people asking what mod, what tricks should I learn on the shout box, despite with all the resources that the internet is able to offer. Back then, or back when I was spinning, there weren't really much resources that helped us like acquire these so-called flashy tricks or any other tricks that we thought it was cool. We just saw it from other spinners and we just try to imitate that, and eventually you do it. And that's how spinners back in the days have improved, I suppose. Or there were a lot of trick tutorials, namely by Super Walrus. Well, he is actually pretty recent. Chow Cow is pretty recent. But it was actually SO or either K-Trend. And sometimes from A1W, I think. If anyone remembers. How long have I recorded this? 13 minutes. That is fucking fast. Oh, profanity. I shouldn't say that. Yeah, and well, beginners wouldn't think this way, or at least I don't think so, as I think they are one of the most retarded people in the internet. Um, yeah, that's true. We don't think. We just ask, and somehow we think that we get a full explanation of everything on the shout box, which is truly not possible if you want a satisfactory answer. And besides, even though we answer these questions, would you actually absorb it? I really don't think so. Especially when the community is full of all these ruckus, I suppose. So I'm just really tired right now. But I have nothing else to do other than wait for my break to end. And in 5 hours, I'm gonna go to a gathering with my jet peeps. So, anyways, shoutbox, complaints, I believe you said something about flashy tricks, which I'm gonna assume there's something like power tricks or finger crossing or anything popular there nowadays. Um, I don't know. Flashy tricks itself don't really deserve the blame, but it's not everything about pen spinning. Like, in that point, I do agree with Monk, where fundamentals do have an important role in improving your spinning. Um, and yes, after 1 or 2 years, people do quit so easily because they think that they have accomplished everything after acquiring how to be able to do FLTA palm spin. But the problem here is that these beginners aren't able to learn these tricks also, because now they're into SLS, which is my tutorials. I think if you see that the views of SLS is like it's remarkable. Like one of them is gonna go about 10K views. It's crazy. Actually, I shouldn't do that. You're gonna see my thingy again. Alright, let's go SLS linkages and see. Alright, it's lagging again. Sorry, guys. This is probably be terrible quality on video. Yeah, see, like most of them are like in 1K views. This one, 8,000 views. Um, and this is 2 years ago. Like, it's like a really popular collab or something, but instead it's just a 2 minute weird song-ish bad tutorial with a how people would say incorrect breakdown. And people has been criticizing a lot. I've seen people shit talk about it a lot. Mainly old spinners who neglect fundamentals and simple linkages. But I don't blame them because those people are innovative and they spread trick bases and nurture the community somehow, which I wouldn't really mind. But I see these days people using simple linkages a lot more often, and they really all look the same. And this is the case for Jeb too, actually. They do refine their tricks and all that, but sometimes most of their tricks that they use are relatively repetitive, and you barely see any innovative spinners these days, really. And the reason for that is probably what Monk said, not enough critical thinking and spreading out concepts, trick concepts and ideas, and trying to film that on camera. Well, filming on camera is another problem, I suppose, that a lot of beginners have, because it's either they don't have the luxury to acquire one, or they're just very lazy, or really they're just they think they're good enough that they can somehow express how good they are in pen spinning without even filming it and showing it to the public. Either those three. Geography, no comment on that because it's pretty obvious, so I just deleted that. Okay. Alright, so let's look at the comments. 20 minutes, holy. Man, do I love talking a lot. 15 likes and 5 dislikes. I wonder where those 5 dislikes are from. Maybe from Australian fuckers there. Alright. Alright, come on, comments. Alright. So, alright, so we don't figure out stuff for ourselves. We just ask better. So much truth. Okay. Alright, I see inevitable. Poor I suck. I believe you're a dishonest mister. If you learn the fundamentals by watching and not by, I swear I'll burn my house down. I mean, think about it. Like, in the beginning, people never had tutorials or anything like that, and they somehow spread out into something what is now. So I don't think it's not possible for you guys to innovate more than it is right now. I mean, Isaac is doing it right now. He's creating another power base, I suppose, or rather extending it, not creating a new one. Um, but he is one of those people who still enjoys, you know, improving and spinning. Though I'd still say he needs to improve some of the execution as he did on the rankings on PWT. Hello, I am Pelta and KP. I'm not gonna cancel again. What's the point of this video? Okay, video. You forgot mods. Mods. Oh boy. Alright, what is this? When PS will start getting popular again, we saw a group culture, but to be honest, over glorified. Oh no. Glorified sounds very, I don't know, smartsy for some reason. I don't want to take a meet up. Virtual. Damn, he's still alive. Really? If you guys don't know him, you should really look at him. He has really nice fingers. His spinning was really decent. He used to copy my linkages actually, back in my old spinning. Not really my new spinning, or how people would call it. Alright, so that's the comments. Alright, let's look at the actual thread. Forgot to mention I said flashy stuff. Oh yeah, I see. Okay, power tricks, finger. I guess you should. What is that? How to pronounce Chad? I'm not gonna touch that. It's probably gonna be very disturbing. So I'm pretty. Screaming Circle. He's alive too. All right. I definitely see what you mean. How long? 20. Okay. All right. This is gonna be a 30-minute recording. I'm just gonna post it like this. I'm just gonna edit on iMovies. Just slap this screen recording and the audio, and that's it. Okay. Since I'm just talking ad lib right now, it's fair to say what I'm saying right now is truly what I truly think in my mind. So if I offend people or anything like that, I don't apologize. Actually, I actually mean it. Some pretty interesting flats here. I definitely say when you say high concentration of new spin, how shit we are. No idea your voice was sexy. Yeah, I think that too. What is he? Okay. Eternal FL. Yeah, that makes sense. Show off your pens. 2,000 replies. 800. Show off your combos. 420. Okay. Nothing against money, but it's amusing. Also, I feel combos threads are less active, kind of vicious cycle as in people don't spend. I guess Monk didn't really include the motivation for filming as one of the reasons why UPSP is so behind. Because really, the more you film, you get better. There was one thread that Isaac was talking about, and I did make a brief comment about filming, Didn't really got much attention because people really hate filming, and they think they can still say they're good without showing it that they are. Slow-mo instead, they ask better spinners instantly. Well, they don't really ask the better spinners, really, just longer, experienced spinners, I think. Like, you see very often where people say, like, I'm a 3-month spinner, and I don't know anything. So teach me 4-month spinner, everything you know, and I'll be good as you. something like that. It's really funny seeing those conversations on Shopbox. Um, KYY, yeah. I like you, KYY. I really do. Um, Modding isn't a culprit. Alright, I guess so. Spoken like pixels, you're still lurking around, aren't you? Persist? I'm really not sure about them. So the spinners of UPSP are right, not the forum. No, the forum board is pretty bad. I don't know what you mean by a forum board, though. Like the community or the abilities or the attributes that this forum can offer to these members of the community. Because the forum itself is okay as it's functioning, but the community itself, I see inevitable shenanigans just posting shit threads every day. I don't think that's a really right forum board, really. I have to delete those every time. There's a reason as to why you should not use a calculator. Teaches one to understand. Alright, that makes sense. Wings. He's actually pretty long too, I think. I've seen him long before. The more we ask people, the more handicapped we become. Oh, there's both sides to this. Like, it's a matter of balance, I suppose. Like, to some extent, we should tolerate some questioning, but that is only if it hasn't been asked before or really unraveled before. Like, stuff like, I don't know, I learned the thumb round, what should I learn next? Is truly a negligible question. Like, you shouldn't ask those kind of stuff. Just do what you want. And be bad as you want, as I would say. How long is it? 27 minutes, okay. Alright, I think I want to end it soon. Give a man, okay, quotes. I don't need for quotes, I'm sorry. Spinner lives matter, yeah, true, touche. Preach it. If you study a trick, okay. I'm tired of reading these stuff. I wonder what I should call these videos. Should I just call these self-rants or something like that? I think. More like a vlog or something like that. I mean, there are other stuff that I do want to talk about, such as PWT, the Pendles World Tournament. Oh, who's ENV? I've never heard of this person. Who is that? That's pretty recent. Who is this person?
Hello everybody,
Oh,
my name is Andy and today I'm
Jesus Christ, okay. 820. I suppose he's from Reddit or something. No matter the conclusion, nothing will change. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'm not sure if this calls a reaction video since my face is not showing at all. I'm just replacing walls of text with a 30-minute audio recording. That's it. No problem. Oh boy. I mean, it's better this way, I suppose. I guess that's it, guys. Okay, the shoutbox is pretty active. Yeah, obviously active. I guess that's all. And based on I don't know, based on the reaction of this video, I might continue some whenever I feel like it. And I guess that's it. Yeah, that's it. See you later.